The barcode itself has in it different fields, and one of the fields is called the GTIN, or Global Trade Item Number. It's just a code. It's a 14-digit code, and by scanning that code, you've identified uniquely what you have in your hand. You scan the code, and it takes you to a product database that's a common database by all companies where they put their information. So by finding the code in the database, it gives you access, whether you're a nurse, a pharmacy technician, to up to 120 fields, I believe, of data about that product you have in your hand. It identifies if is it the right product now? Is what you intended to pick up? Because that's one of the areas we make mistakes. And it also creates standard nomenclature about that drug on prescription labels, on records, documentations, QA reports, and that sort of thing. The exciting part about this, which would not be available immediately, but in the future, is it can take you to other databases as well. So in the future, your imagination's the limit of what that scan of the code could do. It might take you to a Health Canada database or some other regulatory database and give you clinical data or black box warnings about new adverse events that have been reported that Health Canada wishes to warn us about. It might take you to a different database, another one that would give you clinical information and allergies, or another one that gives you high-resolution images, or another one that might give you patient education material. These don't exist today. But by having the code and being able to use relational databases and going out to other data, it really opens the field for ingenious software developers to say, like, how can we assist the healthcare provider? There are so many different barcodes and readers that by standardizing, we begin to focus in and assist people on which is the correct barcode reader. Do you buy a Mac? Do you buy a PC? Or would a Mac and a PC both do the same job? So we've allowed different types of AI standards. One is a one-dimensional barcode. Another one's a two-dimensional barcode. And we've not at this point totally excluded the use of RFID chips, which is another way to do automated identification. The AI standards allows any of this type of barcoding or chip. So the reader you buy, really, you know ahead of time, should be able to do all those types of reads.
The exciting part of this journey, though, and to most would not be aware of this, is the extent to which this is a collaborative effort among organizations and industries that are often either have competing interests, and sometimes they're just plain competitors in the marketplace. And they have parked that and set it aside and said, on this we will collaborate. And there will be opportunities for them to compete along the way, but for this particular part of that highway that we're building, they have come together, and that is in fact a big deal.
I should add, too, that one of the key partners in this group is GS1 Canada. GS1 Canada is the Canadian arm of a not-for-profit standards organization, GS1 Global. They own the global standard on automated identification that we're adopting in Canada. So what we're doing is not creating a standard, but adopting a global standard that's out there already, which is the same standard that's being adopted by the UK and other countries. And what we're creating is a statement that looks at how that particular standard can be utilized by different sectors in healthcare.